send me your location, let's focus on communicating, cause I just need the time and place to come through.
First of all, y'all had a lot of stuff to say, so I blanked out my address so y'all can't see it, okay? Okay. So this is my box that I got from Juno & Co. They sent me some brushes and some sponges, and we're just gonna do our makeup, and we're gonna use these nice brushes, and I'm trying real hard not to cuss, and it's really, really stressful. This is me just showing y'all that the fan brush was a little frayed, but turned out to be okay. So first thing we're doing is taking my Cover FX drops in Moonlight, I want to say is what they are. And basically I just take 3 drops on each cheekbone, and then I use my fingers to blend it all out. And I don't blend it out very blendy very well. I like to leave it kind of like intense, just because you're going to put foundation over it. So you want the brightness or the shine, you know, the glow to come through your foundation. So you want to leave it a little intense, and it's going to look a little crazy, but once you put your foundation on, life's going to be Gucci, okay? Okay, no worries. Cool, so now I just recently got on this little contouring and highlighting underneath your foundation kick, even though I do put like a bronzer on top once I'm done. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm taking the Fenty matchstick and truffle, and then I just buff that out, and I like to use the Fenty brush with it. It's the only brush that I really feel like blends it out good enough. I don't like the brush for the foundation or anything else. I literally only use it for the contour, but it does the job. So I just blend it out a little bit, again, kind of the same as the Cover FX drops. I leave it kind of intense, kind of blotchy, just because I want it to show through. So this is the Juno Fusion sponge, and this is one of the sponges, well, the sponge that they sent me. As you can see, it has like some fibers to it, which I think is pretty cool. And then I'm just kind of showing you guys a side to side comparison. In the right hand, which is your left, is the wet, and then on the other side it's dry, so it does expand a lot. Yeah, I started out with 1 pump because I only use 1 pump of foundation when I do my foundation with a brush. So I wanted to test it out and kind of see if it soaks up a lot of product, or if it would kind of allow me to use the same amount of foundation that I would use if I were to use a brush. Ended up to soak up the foundation not too bad. I was able to finish like half of my face before I had to do another pump, I want to say, but I can do my entire face just using a stippling brush and 1 pump of my Fenty foundation specifically. So although I did have to use a little more product, I still definitely used less product than what I would use if I were to use like a regular beauty blender. And the finish from this sponge opposed or compared to a beauty blender is way better. Like you can see, like I look real airbrushed and I'm lit about it. So I would still probably recommend the sponge, although it is a little extra work. It's definitely worth it for sure. So what you're seeing here is me trying to figure out what exactly it is that I want to use this brush for. I used it for a bunch of things, so don't judge me, but I like these kind of brushes to blend out my foundation around my eyebrows, because sometimes when I use a sponge I have some gaps sometimes. So I did that, and that was super helpful. It's very small, it's really like compact and dense, so it made it really easy to do that without messing up my eyebrows or messing up my foundation. But I also use it on my eyes. So I started out with that gold in the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and I started with my fingers, but I mean, obviously with like my nails and stuff, it was getting everywhere. So I was like, let me see if this brush works. And guess what, guys? It's great. It's actually like the perfect brush for like glittery, shimmery eyeshadows, and I was real excited about it. So I was like, let me try it for something else. So I tried it for the brown to do my crease, and I wasn't a huge fan. I have a specific brush that I like to use for my crease and to like blend things out up near my eyebrow or my brow bone. So I always use this Tarte brush, and I'm just going to continue sticking with that. So I used the brown in my crease with that brush, and then I also added a little tiny bit of the black in the palette, and I kind of buffed it out closer to like the outer corner of my eye. And yeah, and then I was done. And then I put on eyeliner off camera because putting eyeliner on camera stresses me out. I drop things all the time. um, so I'm using Laguna from NARS in this little tiny mini one, and I just am using this poofy brush for my contour. These are my favorite kind of contour brushes, and I was actually really shocked by how great these brushes are. Like, they're very nice. And that brush that I'm using right now in my hand is $2. Two, not five, not four, it's two. Dose. Bomb. Taking my Becca palette. It is my new favorite highlighter right here, using the fan brush that I could have sworn that I was going to hate, and I ended up really, really liking it. I think that I'm probably going to use this fan brush for the rest of my life now, and the fact that it's $2 still, like, blows my mind. But, as you can see, my highlight is popping, okay? So, I just got this Anastasia blush thing, and it's bomb. So I was like trying to figure out what brush to use, because I was trying to use as many of the brushes as I could, obviously. So I just opted in for this really dense, really flat brush. And at first I wasn't really feeling how it was working, but it turned out really nice. Like, I actually really like this brush for blush. Saying that is not very easy. But yeah, it worked really well. It didn't make it like super bright on my cheeks. I have another blush brush that I use that makes my blush look like hella dark no matter what I do. It's the worst. I'm using my Tarte Lash Paint mascara on my top and bottom lashes because, you know, it is my OG favorite mascara. And then I'm also using the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setting Gel on my eyebrows to keep them in place, you know, so people can't wipe them off if they get mad at me. Because it's a legitimate fear. It really is. I think it is. This lip gloss, I would love to tell you guys what it is, but it's some unmarked old lip gloss that I've had for a long time, and I've never actually used it. It has just traveled with me everywhere I go. And then I don't know what to say. I put it on my mouth, and then I grabbed this. I'm pretty sure this is a clean color brown eyeliner that I've been using for a lip liner forever. But it does the job, and that's all that really matters. You do not need a $24 lip liner when you can get a $1 eyeliner, okay? Alright. I'll show you how it's supposed to feel when we meet. At Orion's bed, I'll show you how it's supposed to feel. Hello, party people. So, I hope this voiceover was not trash. I have like 2 videos that have like a lot of views in my opinion. One of those is of course my Ramwi one, and then my second Shop Miss A haul that I did. Those 2 are like the most views. And so I'm learning that people like to, one, see things before they spend their money on it. That's, you know, duh. And 2, see other people risk their money before they risk their own money. And maybe 3, because everyone also likes a fucking bargain, right? Right. So this company, Juno & Co., prior to them contacting me, I've actually not heard of them before. But it's basically something similar to Shop Miss A, but they have their own products as well, if that makes any sense. Like, they have brushes and sponges, etc., etc., and they also sell like other brands, kind of. Okay, so it's kind of similar to like Shop Miss A. It's not all $1 like Shop Miss A is, but it's all very affordable. I think everything's under like $5. It's bomb. It's bomb. So yeah, they sent me some stuff They sent me 2 of their sponges, which I used to do this face, and they sent me some brushes as well that I also used to do this face. And I'm just saying, I'm looking real blended right now. Real even, real nice, real smooth, real covered. Okay. They sent a fan brush, which is the ESO4. They sent this foundation brush. I don't really use these brushes for anything except for like putting on face masks. But this is the ESO1. They sent me a pointy powder brush. I use these kind of brushes for contour because I like how they're big, but they're also kind of centered at the top. This is the ESO3. They sent me like a flat, really dense poofy brush. I used this for blush today. I don't know what all. I could probably use this for contour, but I don't like that it's so flat. I like this kind of shape for blush. And this one is the ESO2. And then they sent me like a curved one that I could have used for contour as well, but I wasn't doing a super heavy contour today, so I didn't use this brush for it. But this is what I would use this brush for, would be contour, because of the angle. You can just and be done. And then they sent me one other brush, which is the ESO6. I used this for my crease, but I wasn't a huge fan of it being in the crease, and I also used it to kind of blend out my foundation around my eyebrows. I kind of like it for the eyebrows more than I do for my eyes. But it was a really good brush to put the glitter, the gold, in my eyes. It's pretty dense, and I was surprised about how good it like picked up on the gold. So it did a good job. I didn't have to wet it or anything. These things are really freaking cool. So you can use them dry or you can use them wet. So I applied my foundation with it wet, and then I did my setting powder dry. So you can use it to apply loose powders. You can put blush or highlighters on it. I should have used it to try for highlight because that would have been kind of cool. I'm going to try that some other time. Probably put it on Instagram. But if you can see, they're like fibery. So like it almost like works as a brush. Like I bet this thing would be bomb to put on like a what's the opposite of this? Like a compact foundation. I blanked. Sorry. But I think this put like really full coverage for a powder foundation. I would use this dry for that over a brush for sure any day, because it really packed my setting powder in my face. And then I used it wet as well for my foundation, for my Fenty. It applies really nice for foundation because I like it being wet and blending it well, and then it also has like these brush-like fibers, but the fibers with the Fenty foundation, at least, it made it really hard to blend because it was like kind of streaking as I was going, so I have to go back because I like applying it with the flat side. So I tried at first to like do it kind of like a brush, but it was just like super streaky. So I buffed it out like with the butt of the sponge, and it works fine, and the application in the end is cool. It just takes a long time, and with my brush, I'm like in and out. This took a long time to blend, and I used 2 times the amount of product that I usually use when I use a brush. It soaked up my foundation really fast, and it almost felt like it was drying faster than a regular sponge. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but I like it, but I don't really know. I really like it dry over wet for sure. I do really like the brushes. I like the brushes more than I like the sponge, but the sponge is just like so cool and like nifty that I want to like it more than I do. But I don't know. I like it. I'm excited about the company though, because y'all know I'm all for, first of all, I buy a lot of high-end makeup, yes, but I also like really good cheap makeup, and that's what this is. I like it. I think the sponges are only like $1. Like their brushes are like $1 or $2 each, and that's bomb. And they're good brushes. So, who? It Cosmetics? Who? Real Techniques? Who? Eco Tools? Who? I really like the brushes, and I needed new brushes, so I'm lit because now I got new brushes, and my makeup can look nicer, and my highlight can be popping. That fan brush? Oh, I forgot to talk about it. Fan brush is probably my new favorite fan brush. I have the Eco Tools, like that big fan brush, and I hate it. And then I have the Real Techniques little fan brush, hate it. And so I've been using this like e.l.f. brush for my highlighter. I like it a lot for highlighter. But I do like the fan brush, like, because I hated those other two fan brushes, and I don't like the It Cosmetics fan brush either. I thought I just hated fan brushes, but I like this fan brush a lot. I'm going to use it all the time now. I'm excited. So I'm going to leave some links down below so you guys can check them out. I believe I have a discount code. Not 100% sure how much it is. I would look and tell you right now, but I'm recording on my phone. I can't do that. So it's going to be like popped up on the screen or in the description box, because I always say I'm going to put stuff like pop it on the screen, and then I don't, and then I got to put it in the description box because I get lazy while I'm editing. You know, but yeah, thank you for watching. Discount code will be below. I'll tell you how much the discount is and links and all that good stuff. You know, I'll put them in the box. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. At least one of the 3. You can dislike it if you would like to. I got new tattoos, and I keep trying to put my hands in the screen so y'all can see them and stuff. But it's not what this video is about. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Off top, if you a broke nigga, you a nop. If you a broke bitch, use a thought. If you my ex bitch, use a bop. You over curious, then you a cop. You drive a hella slow, you getting popped. You like my bitch, then we could swap. Cause my bitch gon' wanna come home and yours